its mate. Knight f3 is also there, but this is even nicer. Now I could go bishop check and have some fun, but we're just gonna do this. Just beautiful, literally beautiful game right there. What's up guys, in this video I'm going to show you guys 11 different games in the Stonewall Dutch. You're going to have a lot of great ideas. They're all highlights, all really fun games, so sit back, enjoy, and before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Hope you all are entertained. Peace. This is the one for 2600, and then I can actually play Greg. Alright, so here. Alright, so we've seen this before. So you're gonna go a4. Okay, queen c2 is a move. And then, so something you gotta be careful with. Okay, so here, I like this attacking variation. Thing is, sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know about sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes if they're wise to it, they can make it very difficult for you. But I'm gonna go here, and queen h4. That is kind of the simple plan. If f3, I'm just gonna come back to d6. I'm gonna stack the box against this. All right, so he's trying to trap my knight. I guess he was inspired by my the last game. Now here, I think I'm gonna sacrifice. So the reason why is so take king f2, rook g6, rook g1. I can take this pawn, and I don't get full compensation, as in like I don't just win my piece back, but he's very, very stuck. Spidey senses are tingling. So check. I'm also thinking about, so he can go knight f3. So I take, or do I mean I can take this too. There's so many options here. I mean I can get a million pawns for the piece too. So here's one. Here's two. Now do I go here, or do I take here, or do I take here? So knight f6, he's gonna go like queen c3. So okay, I'm gonna just take here, because this looks like a long-term problem for him. So when you're attacking, one thing that's always good is look at the board. So if you look at this side of the board, all these pieces are stuck. Now okay, if he does end up trading off a couple more pieces, I would say he's like in the clear, like he's surviving. So it's really a matter of, can I get my pieces in before he can get his pieces in. Now e5 also I think is an important move. But I'm going to go here first, because this causes more problem for him, and then I can go e5. Whereas if I go e5 and he does nothing, I need the knight in. The knight coming in is what really makes it a problem for him. And then now I can go e5. Or I can just go queen h4, and that looks like he's pretty much mated. If not, he has to give a piece back. So knight f3 almost forced. Okay, so he does this, but once again I'm pushing him back. So e5, trying to get the bishop in. So if he takes, I can take. If he doesn't take, I'm gonna go. Oh, so he took. Okay, I can't take. This is hanging. So I'm gonna go bishop e6 and then rook f8. And now, okay, he's up a piece, but look at his pieces. Look at his army, and look at my pieces. Every single guy is about to be in the attack. And we have a beautiful, beautiful position for black. Yeah, so there's actually this Kasparov game, and the Queen's Indian. Let me see if I can pull this up, and then I'll play Greg if I win this game. But the last move is beautiful because he says if you cut the board in half, all his pieces, like Kasparov sacked a rook, sacked everything, and he said if you cut the board in half, I might be down a rook, but I'm winning on this side. All right, now is there mate here? Because he wants to go here, and I've had rook takes f1 is very close to mate, but not. So close. I think it's close enough. So knight d4, rook takes. Oh, so he does this, but even here I still want to do the rook takes because queen takes is mate. So wow, he did this way. So this looks like it might be game over. Let me check. Oh my god, that's sick. What the tactic I just saw. So knight check, he has this. And then, alright, so I'm going to go knight h2 check. And the idea is knight f3 check should be pretty much game over for him. Yo, Greg, this one's for you, man. You got the The real treatment. And king h1 is a beautiful tactic. Beautiful. Rook g1 check. King takes, knight check, king g2. So check. King takes, knight check. Only move is king g2, and then it's wait, knight f3 is also there, but this is even nicer. Now I could go bishop check and have some fun, but we're just gonna do this. Just beautiful, literally beautiful game right there. This one too. So, okay, so this Jobava London type stuff, I'm just gonna turn into a Stonewall Dutch. And the good news is that I have a lot of practice with this. So I can go bishop d6. I'm just gonna go here, try to outpost, keep it simple. Okay, so maybe he's going for e4. Alright, so now I start pushing. Alright, I think I can do this first. And then I can take here. I was thinking maybe I take here first and then... okay, I'll do this. And then once again, the classic. Dude is down material, but he's trying to flag me. Can I do this first? Is this too much? It looks like too much, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. So if he goes check, I can go rook takes because the queen is hanging. Yeah, I mean, my idea was like, let's just trade everything. Now, I am kind of asking for it, I will say, by opening up. He's got 2 open files, but he's down a piece. So queen f6. Yeah, the best thing to do when you are... Actually, I don't think he even had a threat, interesting enough. So rook g6, I have this back rank idea. Okay, I'm going to throw this in. Finish developing. Throw this in. Get more development. I mean, I can take. I'm not really worried. Maybe I should be. I'm going to go king here. I can go king h7, but then he gets some checks. Okay. Keep the streak going. I think in 5 games I've gained two points. Pretty solid. Okay, so you don't really want to go bishop e7 because you don't want to trade this for no reason. That being said, I'm probably going to go knight e4 in a move and do exactly what I just said. I've been going b6 a lot. There's this chapter on the Stonewall in this by Kramnik, and he really recommends this stuff. Now, actually, probably here a5 is better. My idea with a6 is okay, I'm gonna go rook c8 first. Whenever they move the queen, line up the rook with the queen. It's just always good things happen. And then now I'm finally ready to go knight e4. Okay, so he's basically trying to get out of the way, but he did spend a move. So now I can start doing some work. Okay, so bishop f6. At some point I want to take, but I'm not rushing it. Yeah, so here we're just chilling. I'm gonna go queen e7. Because now if he goes h6, I can go g5. This is my idea. So yeah, the only thing here, okay, maybe f4. So g4, take. I can get rid of this knight. I'm gonna go knight takes and then knight d7 to dislodge the knight. And then I'm trying to argue that my bishop is, I don't know about better, but has just as much potential as his bishop because I really shut it down. And he can't really castle because if he castles, h6 is gonna be weak. And if he castles queenside, like, I'm gonna take him to church. Alright, now I think I can start breaking through. So f takes, queen g5. Alright, so here, like, this is a must. Like, you must open up the position. So if he takes, I can throw in this. Because if he goes rook g1, I have queen h4 check. I might take one more time first. Yeah, what's up, North Carolina? Carolina Dan. Yeah. I should be back now. I think I'll be streaming a lot. Definitely Mondays, Tuesdays, probably Saturdays too. I just got over my bullet addiction. I was playing bullet maybe 1,000 times a day or something like that, and I'm a recently recovering addict. Oh, I can't take this. I should have taken on G2 first. But yeah, he should be, I think, in trouble here. Queen b4 looks so tempting. Alright, I want to do this check first. Oh no, I can't. Man, okay, wait. So there's no mate back here. He goes with this one, huh? Alright, let me just go rook e8. I'll tell you, winter is coming for this king. I will make something happen. So he wants to go rook d6. I want to take this pawn. Yeah, maybe I need to give up this pawn. If he goes rook d6, he has a good amount of control. Like the queen can't really enter in very fast. Also rook g3 hitting g2. I mean, alright, I'll take the pawn. Maybe g3 first? No, he wants this. Alright, so I'm going to come here. So if he goes rook takes, I'm just going to... Sorry, if he goes rook takes, I'm going to take and then slide over. And now he's got some stuff he's got to worry about over here. Like my immediate threat is check, king here, g3, take, check, and then take on g2 in some capacity. Alright, definitely don't sack the rook now because the queen gets in. If the queen gets in, the party's over. That's kind of how it works. Okay, so now he might be busted. Because if g2 goes, everything kind of goes. Not to mention there's all this kind of stuff too. Yeah, actually, so king h3, I was like, do I take on g2? But I can go queen check first. And then rook takes, take the queen, and then everything should fall pretty swiftly, I would think. Once again, I have enough time over here where there's no mate. Alright, so now there's just mate. Check. I wonder if I can do some more sadistic things to him. I will say I'm a pretty big fan of horror movies. I find them pretty funny. Just because some of the decisions are very, very questionable. So actually, king h5, I have check, take, and then bishop f3 is mate. That would have been my fun in the Stonewall. Don't mess around with. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to try to beat the London with the Stonewall Dutch. London is supposed to be super effective, or I guess the most effective against the Stonewall Dutch, but computers are overrated. That being said, I'd never play this against a computer. That'd be torture. Alright, so once again, b6, bishop b7, just chilling. Okay, so he has this idea. I'm going to go queen c8. If I let his queen get in, it's not the end of the world, it's just kind of annoying. And okay, next I'm going to take this knight. So I have a rule, if you can ever force pawn takes, I find this pretty good for. Okay, so take, and if pawn takes, I'm going to go c6 first. Otherwise the knight hangs. But c6, now I can move, and then it's a closed position, and I mean, if I go knight g4, am I just winning the pawn? I think so. I just win the pawn. So yeah, even though the London, oh, I don't win the pawn. I'm an idiot. Now he has h3. I was thinking maybe h6. Oops. Okay, I can go queen c7, but I mean, talk about asking for it. Okay, I do take this with check. Alright, let me try this. Very, very risky. Extreme. No, I think I'm just gonna lose. Alright. If he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. So I think the problem is there's nowhere for this knight. So I didn't have to go knight g4. I think that was the mistake here. Alright, so I'm going to get ready for this. So h3, I'm going to go knight h6. I'm going to have to do this, but I'm going to use this g-file to attack this king. And this knight is kind of stuck, because if it moves, I take this pawn. So he's going to have to untangle before he can trying to attack my king. Okay, so now here, and then now there's no problem. Okay, there's some problem, but nothing too bad. So queen e8, trade off, and I'm gonna try to target this in the endgame. I would argue that I did get a good position against the London. I just, execution-wise, maybe not the best. This guy really likes attacking this queen side. Alright, so I'm just gonna meet him out here and then come back. Okay, so now I can go knight f7 because there's no threat on h7. And if I can get knight versus bishop, these endgames are good because his bishop is kind of like stuck, whereas my knights can maneuver. Alright, so this I always love when they push this g pawn. It makes the games fun for him, but also for me. And that's why we play. There was a lot of options, I think, there. I think this is fine, though. Queen e8, queen f8. I do want to trade. You know what? I'm going to try to attack. Okay, so now maybe g6, queen g7, rook f8 is my idea. So maybe it goes queen h4. Can I go h6? Is this suicide? So now my idea is g5. It might be suicide. But I win a piece. If I win a piece, how suicidal could it be? Yeah, so I thought he was going to have to do this, but now I get to lock it up kind of forever. Like, I mean, he could try to sack a piece here, but that's the only way to move this pawn. There's no pawns to try to open it up. And now my knights can start working. So here is the first kind of task or mission. Okay, so I'm going to come here, start targeting this pawn, get the rook in. Now let's see what he does. Okay, so he's trying to go a5. Makes sense. Don't know if I'm really worried about it. So okay, I'll respect it. I'm going to go knight a6 to prevent this, and if he goes c3, I'm going to go c5. Just put the kibosh on this for now. And then I can start, I want to start working on these two pawns. I don't know if he has to use a knight to protect the square. That's the only way he can attack it. Can I go c4? So now I have this idea of here, threatening this and threatening, oh no, threatening this actually. Okay, I'm going to take it. Now, can I do this? So knight f3. So my threat is to just take this pawn. Alright, he's going for the dirty flag. So now I can threaten to take this. If he takes here, I can take on f2 check first. Can I take here actually? Threat of this and this. Okay, if he goes, stacks the queen, I'm just going to take it. And now I have this threat. And now I have this. Seems like Rome is starting to collapse for our hero here. But I am low on time. Always gives anyone a chance. And that should be game over. Alright, another very beautiful game in my opinion. Just beautiful games. Why did I get +7 for beating a 24-7? I have 30 minutes left to do it. If I can get 2600 in this account, I'd be pretty happy. I would call it a successful day. You can go d5 first if you want. This is, I think, just the better order, in my opinion. Yeah, once again, when they do this, I always get pretty happy. Maybe bishop b4 is better. Yeah, I think bishop b4 is better. And there's just multiple ways to defend this. Maybe go f4. Interesting idea. But this shuts out this bishop, which can be very annoying. And I guess it prevents this, because now I can take and open up. Yeah, so the f4 idea, I think, is very key in a lot of Stonewall lines. Now, I did have some bad luck with it. I don't know about bad luck, bad games with this. But sacking this pawn and getting all the pieces out. Yeah, this knight g5 I think is what really killed me in a bunch of those games. So I have to be wary of that. Alright, so we'll go here. So the reason I also like these games is white has nowhere to castle. So even though he gets some initiative, like, my king is safe, his king will never be safe. And as long as I can keep enough pieces on the board, like, I will have my chance to counter. And I will take it. So actually, maybe it's not that bad, actually. So f3, he just comes back. I mean, it looks pretty good. What is there not to love? Take. Okay, maybe this rook is hanging. So I'm actually going to just go here first. Then I'm going to go for this f3. Okay, I guess not. Alright, but I will also say he missed his chance to take b7. It's been there for a couple years, and I also am like, alright, you don't get f3, you don't get this. So take, I have to take this way, otherwise I lose the knight. So take. If he tries to go take and all this stuff. I mean, okay, so knight b6, this is my idea. Solidifying everything. If he goes a5, I'm going to go knight c4, so I don't lose my queen. This threat was like rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Alright, here I'm going to actually, I'm going to say abandon ship, but start looking at some checkmates back here. Okay, forced. Okay, so maybe he's trying this, but this looks really, really dangerous. Okay, so luckily, after rook takes, I have check, and I can take this way. Otherwise, I would be dead. Oh, so here, there's like so close to mate back here. Alright, you checkmate. I mean, I can go b4. Alright, the idea is now I can check and take here. Or check and take here, one of them. And once again, if he tries to sack, I check and take here. Okay, that's just a free queen. So yeah, this is what I'm saying about this variation. Like, he just has to be really, really accurate for a really long time, and it's a lot easier for, I think, black to play. But okay. I guess that would make sense, huh? Okay, so... I also wonder, I do puzzles. Do people want to watch me do puzzles? I always wondered. I don't know if I would watch people. I would play a viewer. One guy wanted to play and then they chickened out. So, I don't know. But yeah, there are definitely different things I can do. Maybe I'll start just doing a therapy session. Talk about my life. Oh yeah, that makes sense. He's also a god at it, but yeah, I could do that. Yeah, but he also gets viewer because he's just Naroditsky. So like, people are like, oh, it's Naroditsky, I'm gonna watch. So I mean, I'm not saying it's not a bad idea, but it's like, if Magnus does anything, people are gonna watch because it's Magnus Carlsen. So, but yeah, I honestly do think that's a good idea. But okay, let's not jinx it. I've only lost one game today. I'm not saying I'm on a hot streak, but the name is the name. Yeah, I mean that's like kind of what like designer brands are. They charge $500 for a plain white T-shirt and put the name on it. I mean that's honestly the goal of life. Like that is. Can I take this? Eventually, what everyone wants to get to. From here, I'm just like paranoid. Is my queen going to disappear? Get lasered by this, but I think I should be good. And even here now, I can just simplify and chill. Go rook e8. I'm gonna go knight. No, b5 first, cement it in, then knight d5, and start rolling the boys. Now, can I go here? I think so. Now, of course, don't go here. And I mean, even this, I do have knight d5, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, so now knight d5, kind of induced g3. I don't know, resignable, but definitely not fun to play, I'd say. Now, does this... Okay, he can take. Because the bishop is loose. I can go queen e4, but I'm just going to cement it in. And then these guys are going to be here for the rest of their days. Okay, now here, I do think I can go... And I don't have to, but I can get 2 rooks for a queen in this position, I think is worth, because his pawn is so strong. And rooks are very nice at helping push through. Okay, so now he has to take because there's mate. And now, do I go rook takes or... I'm going to go rook takes. Pawn takes possible. Yeah, let's go rook takes. This is going to encourage trades too, which is something that I want to do in this position. Because I was thinking about it. It's definitely a big consideration. But like I said, this just encourages trades with everything facing off. Spidey sense is tingling. So pawn push, king here. Yeah, the position is, like I said, like you're saying, very, very good. All right, a5. We're just gonna play normal good chess. Cement stuff in. Can I just take it? Because I mean, these pawns are like very, very fast. So knight here. Because now he can't even take this because there's knight c2. What'd I say? Yeah, the pawns are just too much. So here we go. All right, 2570. So I don't know. You don't have to tell me everything, but I do hear gas prices are insane in California, and I really enjoy the $3.69 or 29 cents they are in America or in Atlanta. Yeah, that's tough, very tough, but it's cool. That's life. All right. So I'm still, I would say 2 losses, and I will play. I'll be playing Greg. That's 2 losses in the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Do I have e5? Can I go f4? This guy's giving me a lot of juicy options here. All right, I'm gonna go e5. We're gonna open it up. He's really like opening up the dark squares with f3, so we want to punish it, and e5 is hitting the dark squares. As you can see, these are all the holes in this position. So that's the complex you want to hit. Now, okay, I did sacrifice this pawn. No, I'm just saying I'm giving up on 2600 today if I do that. Okay, wait, so I think I can take. And then I think knight e4 is my idea. With queen h4 check and take and bishop b4 check. No. I don't want to play Greg. I don't mean that in a bad way, but basically, if I'm not making 2600 today, then okay, fine. I will play some of my students. Okay, so beautiful. Because my whole thing is if I take, he can go bishop takes, and then he holds everything. Now, this is like, it's time to eat. I'm hungry. All right, that's one. Check. Now, okay, basically I just gotta bring in the rook for the finishing move. Okay, so, I mean, there's like everything here. So pawn push check, he has to go here. Yeah, actually, this looks like so dominating, where his king gets pushed all the way to the corner. So pawn push check again actually is possible. All right, but this check forces king b1. And then I guess rook here. Okay, we'll go rook here. He just resigned. Okay. Fortunately, you're not going to see 2600, but we're on the golden path right now. All right. So far so good. b3 got to prevent with bishop. With this. Okay, now whenever they do this, I'm gonna do here, and then this. I always like to take on a3 because the knight literally has no good squares, and most of the time it just comes back. So I think he wants to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna go b6, bishop e7, just keep developing. So knight e5, I'm gonna trade this off with knight d7, and now we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so the rooks kind of belong on these two files, where I'm gonna push and start opening up everything. Okay, so he evacuated this square, so now my knight's gonna come in here. No, probably knight d3 or something. Alright, so now I think it's time. So it's gonna be Thanksgiving, US Masters. So actually, me and my friend were talking. The field is very strong. So that's gonna be the one. There is another tournament in Georgia in a week and a half that I'm thinking might be my warm-up tournament, and then go play US Masters. We're also doing a Rapid and Blitz tournament in Georgia. Probably hard for you to get here, but okay, so now I think I'm gonna go knight e4 because this takes a lot of important squares, and I do want to push here, but I'm waiting for the correct time. Can I go c4? Because if he takes this, it connects the pawns, and these pawns will be very strong. And if he doesn't take it, I'm going to take, and now the pressure's coming in. Yeah, so basically you need to do well enough. I think you need to play 3 title players. I think either 3 or 4 people from a different federation, unless it's Super Swiss. So Super Swiss means there's so many people from different federations that you don't have to hit that, and then you need to get good enough performance. So like out of 9 games, you need to get like 6 out of 9 or something. So actually all my 3 norms, I got all of them with 1 round to spare, or like even if I lost the last round, I would still get a norm. So I mean that's the real goal, when you can lose and still norm. Can I go c2? No, I don't think so. Okay, so I'm gonna go maybe rook d6. The idea of this, I'm breaking this pin and I'm stopping knight e6. But I gave him this pawn. Okay. Alright, now we're about to go to the ghetto zone. Okay, so here I have to go knight takes. Otherwise, if queen takes, he can take here, and he has this pin. But yeah, the real goal is I want to get GM. I mean, obviously that's everyone's kind of goal. Can I go here? Okay, so now there's a lot of things up in the air right now. So this is protected enough by these guys to not be completely losing. And if I can only be down in exchange, I have compensation because this diagonal can become very dangerous for him, and this pawn is very strong. So yeah, so I played in Europe all summer, and one thing I will say, oh my god, dude. So actually I have a friend who recently made IM. So he was 23, like 97 or something FIDE, and all he needed to do is win a game and he becomes IM, and he lost that game, and then he dropped from 2397 to 2300. He was like not playing that much. He was like really sad because he was really close, and he just made IM like 2 weeks ago. He's been traveling in Europe. I think he's been training in Thailand and stuff. And like when your friend does that after like, and you know how much he went through, like that's like the best feeling ever. It's like, bro, I know what you went through and you made it. So that's what we all kind of hope for everyone. Like eventually you're gonna get there. So I did say that I have play, but I need to get this. I need to open this guy up, but then he goes rook takes. So okay, I'm gonna start with g5. I'm gonna I'm not gonna say go all in here, but okay, so now I open it up, and after knight takes, I'm gonna go queen d5 because he has to go f3. I can take this with check, and then it starts getting sketchy for him. It's not over, but very sketchy for him. Yeah, being on the cusp. I mean, that's what we were talking about kind of earlier, but like something about when you're on the cusp, things get like exponentially harder and weirder is probably the better way to put it. Just like all of a sudden, games are more difficult. All right, so now this guy, speaking of on the cusp, my boy over here is definitely on the cusp of being dead. Okay, rook here, maybe GG. So the funny part about all that, okay, I'm actually gonna go here first, and then rook here. Maybe he goes h4. Like I said, speaking of on the cusp, because I want to go bishop c8, but he can take this pawn. So that's why I'm going queen e3 to... Actually, this is mate. Or very close to mate. It just wins everything. Okay. Okay, so that's mate. Wow, so beautiful game. Very nice comeback, and we're inching closer and closer. Okay, so what do you do against b3? I think you're actually supposed to go f5 first. He's hitting me with the pterodactyl. Alright, so he really likes this. I mean, I'm gonna commit to this, but taking is also an option. Maybe a6 first to keep the bishops. Okay. Now I'm waiting for this, but not quite. So we're just gonna get our pieces. Look here. And then g5 is what I want. He wants bishop. I guess I can go knight b4 first. I'm gonna cement in with a5. Okay, so this is doing its thing. Now I'm gonna go g5. Start attacking over here. I want to sack the rook for the knight too, but it's not time yet. I think. Yeah, not yet. Okay, let me go bishop c6. Prevent this. I'm gonna go knight d7 to get rid of his knight. Alright, perfect. I wanted to defend it. I wanted to move knight d7, and this also defends this. So I'm happy there. Okay, so if queen takes, I lose this pawn. So not doing that. And now, okay, he wants this pawn. Thing is, he can probably go somewhere that I don't want him to go. Alright, let's just go f4. So if he's gonna win this pawn, I'm gonna try to make some stuff happen over here. Yeah, maybe he could have taken on a5. Oh, f3? It's kind of been a theme today. Okay, so he has to go queen d1 or something. Maybe rook c8. Because I don't want him to penetrate here. But now his queen is forever tied. So b6 to take control of this. Now where does he has to go rook c2, or he has to take. So there's only options. Yo, we got the cooks. Okay, so now he's kind of stuck. Okay, that makes sense. So he's gonna come in over here. Can I go g4? Maybe just king g7. You know what? Queen c3. Because now if he comes away, I can go check, and he can't go to h2 because I take on f2. So I can go queen e2 and kind of just put it in his face. He can never take it. That's hilarious. But he can move like somewhere here now. Yeah, like this. Like this. Queen c2 maybe? I have to go queen d2. Because he can push this, but I have to be ready for queen e1. Queen c2 and then there's no check. So now queen c3 is my idea. And though I'm down a pawn... Wait, am I 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6... I'm not even down a pawn. Queen d3, he can actually take it. Alright, so now it's time to get the king in. Oh, king g3, there's mate on c7. Insane. Okay, so now I was threatening to take and go queen c8 to get this pawn. And I might even just come get this pawn. So I'm going to go check first. King here. Can I take this or no? C or no? I don't know. Maybe I'll go queen c8. No. Take the pawn. He takes here. Alright, we're gonna do it. He had queen takes pawn, I think, was definitely the more trying move. Because this check, I don't know if this endgame is winning or even losing. Yeah, it's probably a draw, because no one can make, unless I muscle him out. He wants this. There's no checks though. So here and here is what I want. There's no checks, and I don't think he can support this. This might actually just be game over. Takes f2, queen g2. That's lights. Beautiful. Oh my god. What's up, dude? It's the man, the myth, the legend, Seth Maddock. Alright, now we need a Stonewall Dutch to close the Stonewall Dutch chapter too. Tomorrow I have a lot of editing to do to put together these videos. Let's see. Okay, I'm doing okay. Now I would really, really, really like to win this game. And actually I probably still don't have enough to get 2686. Okay, so we'll go b6, we're gonna go the controlled method. He's going for this. I mean, I feel like I have to take. Honestly, what I have to do is study this and figure out what is the actual right thing to do. But for now, we're gonna go with these. So take. Alright, he didn't want to do it. Alright, I'm gonna take once. Now 94, I think. And let's see what we can do here. So maybe b5. b5 is what at least I see them do a lot. But I'll probably take and go c5. What'd I say? I see him do it a lot. It's just the power of playing an opening again and again. You just know this is gonna happen because it's what always happens. So he can't take this. I take here. So he's got to take here first. My plan is f takes. I'm gonna go c5. Wow, once again, predictive powers are so far so good, and I can get some passed pawns here. That is gonna be the ideal of this position. So I think I have to. I have to take this way. I could take here first, but then this pawn is weak. So this knight does a good job of covering this bishop, protecting this pawn through it. Alright, now I actually want to start invading on the a file. Now this is actually a very common idea in the Stonewall Dutch. I've actually had a really beautiful game against this grandmaster, David Berksees, where I ended up winning by pushing through over here. Now this is actually very important for him. I think he has to take, or I go c4. And if I get c4 in, like, I mean, I just have literally a protected pass pawn on c4. And I am more than happy to take off all the pieces, go to an endgame, because this pawn is a huge leg up over my competition. Now my next move is c3, actually, to keep progressing forward. Alright, let's trade the queens. I mean, once again, I don't think he can really trade, because actually it's almost like he's asking to trade. Now there's almost some mate back here. So take, check, and then bishop f1, bishop c8, king g2, only move. And he's just barely alive. You know what? This looks so good though. So here. So king g2, I think forced. And my plan is bishop g4 with the idea of bishop f3. I could also go bishop. No, that just loses. So here, rook f2 is forced, and then I just go c3. Clean. That is a Stonewall Dutch. Alright, so that's going to go in the highlight reel for sure. Another beautiful Stonewall Dutch. Break through in the a file. I think this is actually the right way to do it. And I feel like the last one was... No, the last one was queen. Take it back. Okay, so d3, maybe not yet. So queen e8, queen h5, I always love. Now I'm gonna go f4. I always think this is like the best way to attack. I mean, I'll take all this for sure. This might just be game over. So my threat is just take f3 and then take your knight e3. You could take your first, but alright, this should be just game over. Now the only thing is queen d4, don't fall for mate on g7. So actually here, you know what, I can actually just take this, because now it's the mate and the queen. So actually, that made it worse. Alright, we got another one. Okay, actually don't take here and give him the line of fire. I can, but alright, why? So what's the count? He's got a piece for the queen. I mean, can't blame him for trying, I guess. Alright, just normal moves. Nothing crazy. Now, he does have a solid position, I will say, where it would be kind of harder to break, not that difficult. Okay, so how do I finish this? Can I go g5? Yeah, let's do it. So okay, these pawns are dangerous. I definitely respect them. But the more I open up the position, the more his king is going to be wide in the open. Alright, don't mouse slip or anything. Maybe king f7 is better. But these should start to fall. Okay, this has got to go. Or this has got to go, and then yeah, this has got to go.